On today's episode of the Command Center podcast, is it time to panic?
Never.
No, it's not time to panic. We do a really tight recap of the Green Bay Packers game, but we're on to the next. We're going to roll the dice, right, Fred? Talking about this Las Vegas Raiders team, and then we got hell yeah.
Hell no.
It all starts right now.
Sell.
Welcome into the Command Center podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Fred Smoot and Santana Moss. And as always, we are in the Big Bear AI Command Center studio.
Yep.
Quick announcement. Make sure, tickets.
Yep.
If you want tickets, buy them. I always get this mixed up over here, right?
Is it there or there?
Yeah.
It's there.
The little
It's
QR code,
there.
make sure you click that thing. It really helps us out, so make sure you buy the tickets there. Really appreciate it. And if you don't like the QR code thing, the link is in the description.
It is.
So that would really help us out. So we do have a game to talk about. A little review. It's about 7 days away, so we're not going to hit this too hard. But basically, my question to you is: it time to panic? Fans are freaking out. Is it time to freak out? Are we panicking?
No, I'm not panicking, but I did wear all black today because it's a small funeral.
You ain't wear your Force Ones though. See, if you'd have wore your black Force Ones,
That's when you knew it was
then I
time.
knew it would've been time.
So I'm not quite panicking.
Dude, look at your shoes, by the way.
I stepped it up. My kids, they brought me variety with my own money. You know what I'm saying? Once you're a parent, it's nothing like a kid buying you a gift with your own money, and then you look at it and say, you know what?
I bought this for myself.
This is what being a parent is.
I appreciate y'all helping me out doing something that I haven't done myself.
Yeah, but they infuse you with that youth. They give you that youth.
Yeah, nice shoes. So should we panic?
It's the second 8. I'm not going to panic 8 quarters into a season.
Love it.
This is what I've been telling fans, though, and everybody else. I mean, we play this game, and even if you don't play the game, you should understand that there's no season like the other. You know what I mean? Like, coming into this season, when people was feeling like they was feeling, you supposed to, because we do have something good. But just understand, this is the game. You know, you have to be lucky. And you also have to be good to be that last standing team. So it's early in the season. We had so much going on in the offseason. We had so much turnaround when it comes to new players. Things got to catch up. You have to get out of that preseason mode. You have to get caught up into, actually playing in games because, when we played the game, at least we played in the preseason a little more than these guys do. So that's how I look at it, man. Guys are still going through that preseason mode, trying to get themselves back acclimated to playing real football. And to me, give them 4 weeks, baby, and then we can start talking some football.
This is what I want to tell the fans. All right, let's be honest. We are a better team right now today than we were last year. All right, and that's throughout the roster.
Yeah.
All right?
So I can hear the fans right now, Fred. How do you know that, though?
I know it because we're playing a harder schedule that we earned last year. All right, I want you to look at the teams that we're playing. They all have legit quarterbacks. They all got legit playoff chances. This is the new norm. Get used to this. It will be no cakewalks, all right? We've watched Kansas City for the last 3 years inch their way through games. They're blowing nobody out like the old Kansas City. Like, this is the new norm, and the new norm comes with competition. And when you get competition, you get the best out of everybody. When you get the best out of everybody, sometimes you're going to sputter, sometimes you not, but you know where the level is. All right? The ceiling is different now than the ceiling was last year.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think the other thing, too, is I think you got to give a lot of credit to Green Bay.
Yes.
That team is really good.
Really good.
Defense is the defense specifically really impressed me. They impressed me in the Baltimore tape, or the Detroit tape, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then they impressed me watching them live.
Especially when
Thursday.
Detroit come back and put up 52. Listen to me. That Green Bay. All right, the key to stopping a very fast, precision-throwing quarterback like Jaden Daniels, power is not enough with the rush. You need to rush with speed.
Yeah.
All right. Green Bay happened to be one of those teams with a couple of power rushers and a legit speed rusher.
Yeah.
Right?
Very diverse rush.
Thank you.
Line room.
All right, so they rush as a group, but they also rush singular.
Yeah.
All right. And Micah Parsons is the best speed rusher in the game.
I mean, that's the thing. I think people they categorize him as a speed rusher, but he's got great power. He's got great speed. He's got great inside transitions.
Look at his sacks. He's mostly chasing people down.
Yeah.
He does chase people down, but I think when you look at his pressures over the course of the year, he can bull rush Penei Sewell. He can bull rush Lane Johnson. He's a diverse athlete.
He's a bull.
Yeah.
And then you add him with a guy, or you add him with guys that can do it
Sean
by
Gary,
themselves. Gary,
Luka Van Ness.
You know, those guys
Wyatt
wasn't
had a good
slouches
game.
either. You know what I mean? And then, and at the same time, when you watch, like I talked about this on the post game show, just from me, my naked eye, when I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this look like the Eagles. This look like they can
100%.
beat us with just 4 guys.
Four guys.
Yeah, after it was 4 guys. You just saw guys sitting and squatting. Cornerbacks wasn't leaving 8 yards.
They was
Sitting
not
there.
backpedaling.
They was not moving. So, you know, when you have that kind of, you know, scheme and the players to go with it,
Yeah.
it leads to success. And with all that being said, like, trust me, like I say, it's football.
Yeah.
I still saw us have opportunities.
The game
You see
never
what
got
I'm
out of
saying?
hand.
I
The game
still
didn't
saw
get
us have
out of hand.
opportunities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I loved about us. Like, I'm gonna always give it to you raw. You know, I'm gonna be truthful. I can't tell a lie when it comes to just the obvious. We got a good team, bro. They were still in there fighting with the short week, being on the road with that stadium rocking.
Yeah.
You know, with all that being said, guys not making the plays they normally play, we still was in the game. So I look at it like this. Hats off to you, Green Bay. Hats off to the guys who went out there and fought and came up short. We get another week to do it.
It was similar to the Canelo fight. We seen 2 great boxers in there. One just kept on fighting. One just kept on fighting to the end. And that's what it was. That home field advantage, like you said, we had to do that travel. No excuses from me.
Yeah.
All right? But I would rather lose to a team the first time I played them, knowing that it's a great chance that I would see you later. All right? I would rather lose to you the first time. I just think it means less early in the year than it does late in the year.
Yeah, and it really felt like, you know, like there was a solid defense last year, at least on paper. But I feel like when you drop Micah Parsons in, it really just made the whole thing go. It made Rashawn Gary better. It made Lucas Van Ness better. It made Wyatt better.
That's like dropping lobster tail in any dish. If I got steak and then you say steak and lobster tail, it makes it better.
Yeah.
It's not one defense you can't put Michael Parsons on in the NFL that it don't drastically get better.
Yeah.
what's
You can see the difference in when you take him off of defense, how drastically worse it looks. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's just the same as adding him to somebody.
I know we've talked about this already, but like I cannot believe that Jerry Jones did that.
I can.
And then the crazy
can't
thing,
either, bro.
Then the crazy thing about it is he like, you know, I watch a lot of
Double
film.
down on it. Why he did
I
it.
feel like he lied to my face and was
Yeah.
like, he's a bad player.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've not seen him play bad in a game
Man.
Ever.
I haven't seen the guy. The only thing I saw Michael Parsons do that I thought that was kind of like strange, because you don't see guys of his caliber do, is get on a podcast every night. That's the
Yeah, he
only
does
thing
do
I
that.
thought that was strange.
Which
about
he
him.
hasn't been doing
Which
in
he
Green
hasn't
Bay.
been doing yet. But I'm just saying that's the only thing I thought that was weird, because you see a guy with that talent. Normally those guys don't get in front of the mic or
Yeah.
want to be seen all the time. But
Yeah.
Mike was in that thing every week last year. You know what I mean? So that's what I thought was strange. But being a bad player, come on, man.
No,
Get out of here.
I think what Jerry was saying was because of the podcast, it made some cracks in the locker room.
Yeah.
Because Lawrence was always going at him talking about get off the podcast. The safety was like, get off the podcast.
But I looked at that as more as, you ever know when you're on a team and you got a couple of guys that's already kind of bitter that you better than them, and then you get out there and you talk and you truthful,
Yeah.
and you don't bite your tongue, and
Yeah.
then you call them out, and you also speak loud about it. I thought that was more so that, because Parsons didn't shy away from telling the truth about his teammates.
Yeah.
And when you good, you can't really say nothing to a guy who doing his thing.
Yeah.
You can't say, well, you ain't out here, because he's actually going out there and carrying some of you guys. So that's what I looked at that part about those guys beefing. It was more so guys a little bitter that he was
Bitter,
really good
bitter-faced.
and telling them the truth. You know what I mean? He was holding them guys accountable.
Yeah, I think the other thing too about the Micah Parsons addition is like in week 1 he played only on the offensive right side,
Yeah.
defensive left, and all of a sudden this week, like the package just exploded.
First of all, he was over the
I knew it was
center,
coming.
left
Over the
side,
guard,
right
yeah.
side.
I knew it was coming.
I was kind of hoping it'd be
I knew
another
it was
week.
coming. I was hoping
I'm
he'd get
gonna
another
say,
week.
like,
Yeah.
But
I
I
was
knew it was
hoping it
coming.
took him 2 weeks to learn the playbook. You know what I'm saying?
They specifically said, we know who you know well. You played these guys twice last year.
Yes.
And we saw what you did against them both games.
Yeah.
And we finna let you out the doggone cage, let you do what you do. And that's what we saw. This guy was everywhere, man. He even, you know, and I heard somebody asking me this on during the weekend. It was like, yeah, but he only got a half a sack. Bro, y'all understand. Y'all looking at sacks. Look at what he caused.
Like the pressure rate
Yes.
is crazy.
The pressure is almost like sacks. When you getting that kind of pressure to a quarterback and what he wants to do, it speeds everything. What I told y'all about the years of me playing receiver and knowing you can just put the pressure on our quarterback. If I'm a read, there goes my read. There goes my chance. Because if I'm not open now, he has to get off me. So that's what I saw. I'm sitting back there watching. He couldn't even sit there and be who he wanted to be at times because of the pressure.
So to give you some context. So he had 8 pressures, half a sack on 37 pass rush attempts. That's 21.6% pressure rate.
Yeah.
So the year that Daron Payne had 11 sacks or 11 and a half sacks, his pressure rate was 10.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's double that. Like this is like elite pass rushers.
Yeah.
This is total disruption.
Yes.
All right. Like, this is a hunt.
You can't run your offense like this.
I'm a hunter, right? I like to go in the woods. I like to hunt.
Stop
I'm
that
from Mississippi,
right
man.
now.
Listen, and I used to have this
Tana.
this hound dog, this blue tick named
this
Slowpoke
is a
Rodriguez. Listen to me.
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Listen to me.
When he make up names, I know it's a lie.
No,
There's no way you got a name that way.
Tanner, I had this blue tick.
What'd you call him?
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
I know, but like you're not saying like Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Slowpoke, get him. All right, listen to me. And your lead dog, he controls the rest of the hunt dogs. All right.
Huh? What are you hunting, by the way?
Deer. At the time, hunting deer. All right. And the one thing about Slowpoke was, once he,
Jason's face.
I don't mess with Jason Jones.
Yeah, damn.
Why you put his government out there like that?
Just saying,
Jeez.
hey, all I'm saying is, once Slowpoke takes off, the rest of the dogs,
They go hunt.
they go hunt. All
That's
right?
how it felt. That's how it felt.
And Slowpoke don't need to get there first for the rest of the dogs to hunt.
Yeah, that's
but
good.
he is the trigger.
Great analogy. I like that.
But
I like
he's
how
the
you use
trigger
that.
to make this thing go. And I'm out there like Daniel Boone. All right? I'm out there ready to go. All right?
But I get
It's a good analogy.
Great analogy.
It's a made up story, but it is a good
What?
analogy.
Fat Joe, little cousin.
What? I'm from Mississippi. Y'all don't think I'm a hunter.
I don't think so.
So how did I, win the Daniel Boone award?
I think you talk too much to be a good
23
hunter.
years in a row.
I think you couldn't sit there in silence for 3 hours and hunt a deer. I don't think you could
Hey,
be in a
first of
deer.
all-
And who's hunting deer? Who's hunting deer with a dog?
No,
one hunts
with a pack
deer
of
with
dogs.
No one hunts deer with dogs.
I do.
The dog's too
You
loud.
sit
The
out in
deer
a
gonna run.
blind and
No, I don't sit in the stand. All right, I get on that land and I go hunt them. All you got to do to make them come your way is put on the deer spray, which is deer pee.
I know
All right?
it is.
You just spray it on yourself. I
usually
spray it on my dogs.
You spray it out in the field.
Yeah, I spray it on my dogs.
I'm not a hunter, but what is the whole purpose of having dogs when you hunt? Explain.
So usually it's
to
your hunting.
retrieve.
You're retrieving
retrieve the
something,
ducks when
or
they shoot
you
the ducks down?
Yes.
or you flush. You have a dog that flushes, right? It'll
You
go
send them
in
out
the wood.
first and they bring it back to you.
And then if you've got like you're hunting boar, for example,
Yeah.
like those dogs now, like if you said you were hunting boar with dogs, like you send them out, they have.
and see, I
ones
was going to
that-
ask you that. I was like,
But wild boar
when you
hunt back.
Yeah, they hunt back, but I was going to ask you, when you hunt boar with those dogs more so than a deer?
I hunt
You want to be
everything with
quiet
Slowpoke.
when
Okay, if
when you
anybody
hunt deer.
actually hunts that watch this show,
Yeah, please tell
I've
me.
never heard of anybody hunting a deer with a dog.
I
But
can't
that's
wait to
because
read
you
your
ain't
comments.
never had a group of dogs close to you. Slowpoke them know it's time to go. They don't care what animal I'm hunting.
Please comment. I can't wait to read the comments.
Hey,
Tell me if
you
y'all
can sit
think
in the
Fred
deer
lying or
stand.
not.
You can walk and hunt deer. It's so many ways to hunt deer. But if I'm going to the woods, I'm bringing my dogs with me no matter what I'm hunting.
Okay. I
No
got
matter
you.
what I'm
not a
hunting.
hunter, so I
Jason,
don't
you gotta
know.
Google that.
Never went hunting ever
Thank
in
you.
my
Yeah,
life.
appreciate it. Jason's gonna do a quick
The only time I went hunting was duck hunting on Nintendo.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's the only hunting I ever done in my life.
I'm going to tell you this. It ain't no woods you can't take your dogs in no matter what you're hunting. Period.
Oh my
All
God.
I feel
I think we went left. We gotta get
Anyway,
back to
so Slowpoke Rodriguez is Micah Parsons for the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
And then also the other thing I wanted to point out too is I thought the two off-ball linebackers, Edgerrin Cooper and Quay Walker.
Quay Walker is
I
a
was
beast.
so impressed with them.
Oh
Like
my
their ability
God.
to blitz, their ability to run sideline to sideline, their ability to contain Jane Daniels. Like this team, like if I was going to construct a team, a defense,
Yes.
to contain Jane Daniels,
This is the team
this
to
is
do it.
pretty much what it would look like.
This is what it looks like: speed, size, quickness, IQ. You need all of those things to beat Jay.
It's really the speed. Like they're very fast.
And then when you look at the game and how it kind of like, I guess you can say how it went throughout from quarter to quarter. When you didn't establish a run game, it's easier for those guys just to pin their ears back and say, well, they're not running.
Yeah.
I'm finna get after you.
Yeah.
I'm finna definitely hunt now.
They
You see what I'm saying?
one-dimensional.
So when we was one-dimensional, I knew it was a wrap for us. But like I said, with all that being said, Third quarter was 17-10. And we got 4 penalties on the defensive side of the ball. Right after we scored, 4 penalties back to back to back to allow a team that was already dominating us at will to just easily come down the field and score on us again. So that's how I look at it, man. I look at things from that standpoint. Like when you kind of make the game close defensively, we got to be able to say, okay, now is our time to go out here and show, put our foot in the ground, and we didn't. And when you have that kind of change of momentum, you're supposed to take advantage of it. And
I heard somebody in them Green Bay stands holler, "Send slowpoke at them."
You heard him say that. You weren't even there. How'd you hear that?
I wasn't, but I heard it on TV.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, obviously, basically in conclusion, we don't think there's need to panic. I think this is kind of a tough matchup, short week. Defense is really good, and we're not making excuses. It's just there's context here. And again, if they would have won, it would have been great.
Yeah.
But again, like you're not going to win all of them, right? Yeah. You're not going to go 16, 17.
I was just going to say that. Like, did any of y'all think we was going 17-0?
Right now, when we did the whole thing about what we thought. How our season was going to transpire. I think I'm 100% right now. I said 1-1 in week 1 and 2. I said we're going to lose the first road game.
And there's nothing wrong with that. We 1-1 with 500.
And like the other one that gets me, and we were doing like research for the show, like we have the Commanders, the Washington football team, has not won in Lambeau Field.
Oh yeah, 30-some
1986.
30-some years.
Doug Williams was the last quarterback to win a game there.
But you know what? They don't win here.
Yeah. We beat them here.
We never lose to I have never lost to Green Bay as a player here.
Yeah, I beat them here.
So we don't win there. They don't win here.
Yeah, so that's it. No reason to panic. Obviously, got a lot of work to do. We're going to preview the Raiders game here in a second, but in the meantime, we got to pay some bills, Fred. You're going to start us off with a...
Why not? I start out with the read, brought to you by Mississippi State. Arthur Wheeler. Attention, football fans. Are you ready to kick off the season with something special? Arthur Wheeler Spirits Company.
This is a perfect read for you, by the way.
It is. It's Spirits, all right? It's opening a distillery and tasting lounge less than 15 minutes south of the Commanders in Northwest Stadium. And we are ready to bring your go-to destination for all things Spirit. Whether you're tailgating, hosting the ultimate game day party, or just enjoying a quality drink like I do, Arthur Wheeler Spirits Company has you covered like the Commander's secondary. We got the perfect lineup to keep the celebration going strong. All the information you need is at arthurwheelers.com.
Fred, excellent job. We got one more, though. Tana, you got a more serious one. That's a perfect one for you. More serious one for Tana. What do we got, Tana? Let's see.
You got me? Commander fans, this is for you.
Very strong start.
Level up with the brand new AAA Commanders MVP membership. You will receive all benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win game tickets, access to exclusive team events and experiences, along with 15% off Commanders gear at the online pro shop. Already a AAA member?
I am.
Add to Commanders MVP membership for free. Head to AAA.com/Commanders to upgrade or join squad and put your fandom in drive.
Dude, I'm going to say Tana kicked your butt in that read contest.
Miami over Mississippi State.
I think Fred was trying to be a little sexy or something.
What you said Miami over Mississippi State right there?
I think so.
All right, ain't no problem.
That was like one of the best reads I've ever heard Tana do. That was impressive, Tana. Good
I
job.
knew when he came with the energy.
Oh, dude, he was ready to go.
He was ready to rock.
It was all about my pre-workout.
And I tried to be smooth. I tried to slide into that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so we got a new game for you today. It's called Roll the Dice. It's a Raiders preview, but also could potentially be kind of some lingering questions coming into
we can answer some questions.
Yeah.
So what Jason did is he made a list of 12 items. Fred's got some dice.
Nope, I go by the name Grits and Gravy when this is in my hand.
Grits and Gravy's here.
77 in a row.
We're gonna roll the dice, and we're gonna pick one of these things because it's Vegas, man. They're coming here, a little gambling here, and we're gonna pick one of these things and we're gonna talk about it.
All right.
All right. So you gonna roll the dice? Let's see what we got here. All right.
Don't dig that dice. 8.
Ooh.
8.
8. What we got?
What we got,
Brock Bowers.
Pound for pound, the best tight end in football to me.
Yeah.
All right.
Frederick.
I'm sorry.
Fred, you can't say that.
His route running. his yak after the catch, his body position, the way he catches the ball, the soft his hand.
He's the best receiving tight end in the NFL.
Yes, he's the best receiving tight end. I know blocking. I know that's a big part of what you like to do. I understand, but Brock Bowers is better.
Yeah.
Right? The only flaw when I look in the eyes of Brock Bowers that I see is a receding hairline for somebody so young.
He shaved his head.
He did.
Shaved it.
So it's over with.
It's over.
Other than that, he got no weakness.
So let's talk about what
he
he's
looks
gonna
like.
bring.
He looks like a Superman villain. Looks like
Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Lex Luthor.
like completely shaved all the way back, perfectly round head. Looks like a little devious.
Yeah, so we didn't hear much from him this week, though. You know, he was dealing with that little knee injury.
He had the knee sleeve on.
Monday night.
Yeah, but he still made some plays.
I mean,
I
he
was
made some
surprised
plays,
about.
but it wasn't the plays that we saw him make week one. You know what
week
I mean?
one.
So,
I mean, he
jumped off.
We're gonna talk about it in the Command Center show.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a preview of some clips. He runs a choice route.
Oh my God!
Like a receiver.
Loses this guy, and then
Runs away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have not seen it. Like, that's a little George Kittle in terms of vertical horsepower,
Yeah.
but like the suddenness, he is so smooth.
No, he's
like,
gifted.
Like there's a wheel that he runs where like he's adjusting over the shoulder. Like he's got some really nice ball skills and really a dynamic playmaker.
Yeah, he's gifted. I think just watching him, the other night, I was looking to see how can he play with that knee brace on. So not sure what it's going to do for our game, to see if he's going to be a little healthier. But I just feel like we have a good challenge. I mean, whenever you have a guy that can be a difference maker like that at that position, it's always a challenge.
And they're going to feed him the rock.
Don't matter who you have covering him, whether he's a safety that's qualified for it or not. It's always kind of one of those things, sound the alarm because you have to worry about a guy like that can be a difference maker in the middle of the field.
The one thing about him that I think is just something to point out is they treat him like the X-receiver in their offense, right? So they'll have Michael
Mayer, that's a hell of a number two tight end.
Yeah.
Like
Michael Mayer.
he's the inline guy, kind of like how you set the front. He's in a lot, and then they have Brock, kind of how they used to use Jimmy Graham,
in
kind of as
motion.
the receiver. And I think that's a mistake on their part.
Oh, really?
Because it draws the number one corner. You know what I'm saying? If I want to maximize Brock Bowers, I want two receivers outside, and I want him having to run routes on a safety or a linebacker. So I think that's the same thing they did with Kyle Pitts in Atlanta. They said, "Oh, you're going to be the X receiver."
Yeah.
You're drawing a tougher cover match.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that they do that. And again, they use them in a multitude of ways, but I noticed that a couple times in the Patriots game, and I was like, it seems like you're taking away, like, he can win.
Yeah.
Like, he's still a good receiver. I'm not trying to take that away
But
from
he'll
him.
win all the time against his safety and his linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, imagine him running around on, linebacker Joe Schmo. Like, that's not what they're there for. They're not there to cover. So that's one thing about him that it'll be interesting to see if they kind of diversify his usage package as the season goes on. I'm sure they will.
Well, Chip Kelly is one of them coaches that it's his way out of highway type of coach.
And also, I was going to say, when you're watching it, and this is not an indictment, it feels very college-y when you watch it.
When you watch the offense?
Like the spacing of it, the backfield sets, it feels like you're in college, and it hurts them a little bit sometimes in terms of the route combinations they can get
And that's why I feel like Genty ain't got off to running the ball because of them college.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Only if old Grits and Gravy throw that.
So Brock Bowers, good player.
Yeah.
Knee injury, like Tana says. Utilization's a little bit funny early in the season. They're still trying to figure it out. But, man, he is dynamic.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
Dynamic playmaker for them. All right, what we got? Uh-oh.
Grits.
Uh-oh.
Sell. What I got? 3. You got
3? 3. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Turnovers. The Commanders, which are a team that are kind of pride themselves on turnovers, have had 0 turnovers through the first 2 weeks of the season.
All right, and we've turned the ball over 0 times also.
Yeah, so we're zeros, and it's still early. But, Fred is our resident defensive expert.
Yeah.
Do you have an explanation as to why?
Turnovers are
fickle.
I've been say, just because you had the number 1 turnover defense last year don't automatically bring you and you become the same thing. Like
it's one of those statistics. Like, this is again the nerd stuff. It's a high variance statistic.
Yes.
There are certain statistics that are very consistent that model a certain level of production. You can kind of track them year on year. Turnovers, it's like rolling dice.
Yeah.
You never really know because
you never know when you knock the ball out somebody's hand and get a fumble. You don't know when. Like, this is the one thing I can correlate to turnovers is pressure.
Okay.
Pure pressure that makes turnovers happen. All right, and that's from forced fumbles, and that's from, like, quarterbacks do not make mistakes when they're looking you in the eye. as a cornerback. They only make mistakes when they're looking you, when they can't really look at you, and they're looking at the rush. Like the rush ignites turnovers.
Yeah.
Like the corners, we get them,
Speed up the clock.
but we only get them because the quarterback is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Comfortable quarterbacks do not turn the ball over. Uncomfortable quarterbacks turn the ball over.
And then you got to think about, too, just speaking of turnovers, we started the week off, week 1 with a turnover. We got a turnover, but then also got a penalty. So when you have a team that's trending in that direction, I think it was Quan that got a pick, right?
Yeah,
that's
Quan did get a pick.
Just trying to
Quan
go
got
back
the
and
pick.
remember.
Quan got the pick, and we had a penalty
Which was a
on that.
ticky-tack call.
Yeah. So when you look at where our team, to me, I think it's great to be trending in that direction. Defensively, if you're causing enough havoc up front to get a quarterback to be uneasy. We just talked about it.
Yeah.
And then also, when your defense is flying around like that, that can cause anybody from fumbling the ball or, the quarterback throwing interceptions. On our part of it, when it comes to, holding on to the football, that gives you a better chance to win.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's all
and
it's
you remember
about.
that turnover with Quan, Wagner was in the face of the quarterback. So, like that, I say, uncomfortable quarterbacks turn the ball.
And I'm really glad you brought that up because on the film breakdown show that I do, where I kind of break down all the clips, like they're having some issues with the protections, right? Because they get in all these kind of spread out sets where it's like a back and it's 5 offensive linemen. And teams so far have found ways to stress their protection rules. They've put Ashton Genty in compromising situations. He's a young player.
Yeah.
And so I think when you look at this offensive line, obviously Colston Millers are probably top, I'd say 17-ish kind of offensive tackle,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Like good player, not great player. Jackson Powers Johnson, good player, not a great player.
Yep.
But the rest of the guys in the offensive line are
fairly new.
I'd
young.
say kind of like below, like average to below average.
Yeah.
And I think you can really get after them. You can stress their rules. You can create pressures. And I think that's something that after watching the Giants week 1 versus the Commanders defensive line, this feels like a group that you could kind of
manipulate.
and get back to some of that pressure
Yeah.
stuff with
Yeah.
good matchups, right?
Great
like I think about like Dorrance Armstrong on, Dylan Parham, the guard for them, and I'm like, that's a matchup that I like for us, right?
Yeah.
Or a power rusher on Colson. He's very athletic, but he's 6'10", has a hard time betting. Get a power rusher on that
Put your
guy.
shortest end over there and let him work.
And so I look at that and I say there will be an opportunity to kind of manipulate protections with your patterns you're bringing. And then also I think there's a lot of good opportunities to win one-on-one. So to Fred's point, this feels like a game where you could get back on track. Because the one thing about Geno, I think Geno is a baller.
Yeah.
He is incredibly aggressive, almost to a fault.
Yeah.
Like I think we saw that last night when you watched that game. Like he is trying to force that thing in a tight window throw. So I think the pressure rate will go up this game. I think Geno will give you opportunities. And I think he's going to be not afraid to make those tight window throws. You just got to capitalize when that ball's in the air.
Definitely got to
I
capitalize.
think the pressure rate goes up for 2 reasons. You said that the leak in the offensive lineman.
Yeah.
You know where Geno is going to be at. He's a pocket passer. Plus, the threats on the outside, they don't really have them besides Jacoby Myers.
They got some vertical juice. We'll talk
Thornton
about
can get deep.
Thornton and then Trey Tucker is the other guy. They're both 4-3 guys.
Yeah.
And you feel them.
Yeah, you
but
can see it.
Like in the game last night, they just were like, we're going to play over top.
And force you to run routes.
And the other thing that goes into this too, which I think is important to recognize, is they haven't been efficient running the football. I think Ashton Genty's ran well yesterday, like physical, downhill.
He ran tough.
But his yards before contact is basically like -1.
Yeah.
So they're in bad down and distance situations. Geno's throwing the football more. So if you can follow that model, I think the turnover thing could definitely flip in this
And I'm
game.
not trying to hold this against him, but I saw a couple of times where he erred and they took him out the game because he went the wrong way a couple of times. So
Yeah, he did.
Being young, you
He's
have
still
those,
trying to
you have
learn.
those woes, and,
Yeah.
and I'm sure each week he's probably going to get better, just knowing that this is new for him. But when
And
you
the
have
crowd noise in Northwest Stadium won't make it easy for him.
when you have a young guy out there thinking, that's the worst. That's the worst place to be in as a player. Period.
Yeah.
To be thinking,
Overthinking.
Yeah, you're not going
You
to ever
think
get
long, you think wrong in
Bingo.
this sports.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, what's your name?
Come on, Grits and
Grits and
Gravy.
gravy.
Grits and Gravy.
Mama needs shoes, baby. Sal.
Oh!
11.
Oh, Ashton Genty. We just kind of
Ashton
talked about
Genty.
him a little bit. So just to kind of piggyback on that, I think I see him make mistakes in protection. I see him make mistakes in some of the run stuff like you're talking about.
Yeah.
But he is no
He's
doubt
tough as nails.
talented dude.
He thicker than I thought.
Yeah.
He's a powerful runner,
Like
man.
he looked like not how he looks now. but former UCLA guy.
Maurice Jones-Drew.
When Jones-Drew first came out.
I like you said not how he looks now.
I was like, this dude thick from the toe up. Like,
so I went to college with him, right?
Yeah.
So he'd come back, and so he was always like 195, 205 pounds, big guy, right? Yeah. Like, but he's 5'6".
I was gonna say he's 5'6".
He's like bodybuilder jacked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so he went to Jacksonville, came back that offseason, and was like, I'm talking like
230,
like stage ready. And he was like 215.
Yeah.
He had to get his pants specially fit because his legs were so thick.
Yeah.
And I just was like, what did you do? What happened? And he goes, I just been eating McDonald's.
I was going to say,
and I was just like,
probably eating the wrong shit.
And that's what he did. He just had McDonald's for 3 squares a day and looked like 10 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
But listen, when I seen him for the first time, it's like this muscle hamster. Like,
Dude.
how am I supposed to get him on the ground?
I remember he used to crack, like, so he used to wear an old Adams helmet.
Yeah.
And so in practice, people would try to tackle him, and he'd be so low, he would just split his helmet right down the middle. And then they just pop one out and give it to him.
Give him a new one.
Dude.
Yeah, so Genty is not me. I don't think he's that thick, but he is. He got a little.
Thick.
He got a little something on him.
He can twerk. That's all I'm saying.
So
He thick.
I think the thing is then how does our defense contain him? Because after watching last night, I thought week 1 he struggled.
Yeah.
Last night I thought you saw the broken tackle rate go up, the contact balance, the things that made him good in college start to come to the forefront.
Yeah.
So as our defense, with Kinlaw, Payne, Bobby, is there something they can do to make sure that he can corral? Because I do think like Kinlaw, Payne on the interior.
Yeah.
Again, like I said previously, his yards before contact is basically like 0.
Yeah.
And he's had to make all this creative stuff. Can they continue to do that? Our defense.
They're going to have to tackle him as a group.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've got a dose of, what the dude name is from the Giants, Scatterboo. He, to me, they run the same. They're not the same player, but I'm saying, like, when it comes to breaking tackles, that's what's, so we got a dose of that already.
Tanner, you know what's crazy?
You know?
He's in college, number 1 broken tackle rate, Ashton Genty, number 2 broken tackle rate.
Scatterboo.
Cam Scatterboo.
Yeah, most definitely.
So when I'm watching them, I'm like, they got that same kind of like, behind their run, and we saw that in week 1.
Yeah.
So now you coming with your mindset ready, like, I'm not hitting him high. I'm finna make sure I wrap him up.
And we got to tackle as a group. Like, they excel with one-on-one tackling. Like, when you try to tackle these guys by yourself, you will fail.
Yeah, you will fail.
All right, but when it's 3 of us, 2 of us tackling them at one time.
A guy like that, I picture myself in my old corner days. If I see a guy that I know gonna bring that thunder to me, I'm cutting him so low, I'm gonna be cutting the grass.
Lord, more low is what we call it.
I'm making sure his feet come off the ground. So now, if you near, you finna get a great hit on him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why when I watch the game, I get so frustrated as cornerbacks. I get frustrated when I see them trying to take on hits or take on tackles when they know they should be going low. Like, go at the lays, because you got to get a guy to stop his feet.
Yeah.
If he stop his feet any second, any way, by picking them up or having to do something, that gives the other guys a chance to do what they do best. So
and get them before they get started, which that's what Logan was talking about. His rate before contact, he getting contact in the backfield.
Well, he was crazy watching that game yesterday because it's like that was an amazing 2-yard run. Like, oh my, he made that dude miss. That's a nice cut. Head down, run that guy
2
over.
yards.
2 yards.
Let's go play football. Like, second and 8.
And
I can deal with it.
And I think a little bit of it is like the schematic thing. Like they're in these light sets. They're doing a lot of RPOs. There's a lot of penetration and a lot of free runners. And I'm kind of like, so I don't think they're going to change on a short week. I think
Chip Kelly will never change.
But I think like we definitely have like Kinlaw in a one-on-one has to win it.
Yes.
Payne in a one-on-one has to win it. We have to penetrate. Bobby Wagner, great tackler, get downhill, make that.
Frank Louvu has to get downhill. Yeah. That's who I've been waiting to get downhill. Like, I just want him to get downhill.
Yeah, absolutely. So good player, young, making mistakes like you're talking about, Tan. I think that's a great point by you. But a guy that you have to definitely gang tackle, and the defense has to continue penetrating to keep him from getting going. What we got? Oh, Tanner, you want to roll that dice?
you want me to roll it?
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna roll 7, and he been
roll them things, Sanchez.
He been crapping out, so I'm gonna roll it 7 the first time. 9. Geno
my
guy,
Smith.
Miami.
He's from Miami?
Dade County. I grew up with his mom and his dad.
Yeah.
Stop it. Really?
No bull.
He Jeremiah, his nephew, right?
Jeremiah
Smith. Yeah.
Miami guy. Come on.
Geno Smith.
I think he might be the most underrated quarterback in the NFL.
Yep, because of what the NFL is not forgiving of? When they draft you high and you don't instantly hit. Yeah. If you ain't instant grits, they don't respect you. Yeah. Like like Baker Mayfield. All right, Baker got taken number 1, short leash. Went around to a couple of 3 teams, finally found his niche in Tampa. Still don't give Baker the touchdown maker the love that he deserved. Yeah. All right, so it's that scarlet letter that you had to wear in the NFL if they say you're supposed to be that and you're not that right now. Yeah. And that's what Geno was. He was not instant good. I think and he needed time.
I think also, too, watching Geno play the other night, it wasn't a good game, but to me, I was kind of like taken back a little bit just to know that he's fresh. Like, he looks like a younger guy to be as old as he is. To be a guy that been in this league for so long. And I listened to one of the, I forgot who the commentator was. He spoke to him. He was talking to him about, like, how is he able to, sustain that health. And he was like, well, think about it and play as much. So now, his legs are fresher. He's not one of those guys. And we all know backup quarterbacks, they are, they have the best job in this league.
Best job in the world.
When you're sitting back watching and learning from guys and also taking care of your health, because, you see guys how they're able to, nutrition and just, finding the people that's going to be able to reserve them. I think he did a great job at that. And you see the arm still, that ball is coming out of his hand at a rate that you don't normally see a guy who's been in this league that long. So he's a guy that can sling it. He's a guy that don't get him no confidence because he will show you, better than he can tell you.
He will unleash.
But I love the fact that we have on tape seeing him have a difficult game like that. Yeah, now you have to just go in there and say, okay, these are some of the things that we think we can do to make him have a second week in a row with that kind of performance.
And that's a really interesting point, Tana, because I was like, this is a good format, but it's not really what the Commanders have done. It's like this match quarters coverage. Some people call it cover 5 or cover 7. Where it's got these man principles in zone. Like, we play man. So it'll be interesting to see if Joe Wood Jr.
Too much sometimes.
Yeah, if Joe Wood Jr. takes some of that and says, like, oh, we can maybe get into some softer.
If we could take the running game off, we could play a lot of 2-man, and that could really hang him up. Like, we play a lot of man under. Like, they could take Brock Bowers out the game. They could take a lot of them.
But you're a man under guy. Like, if you were a defensive coordinator, you'd call man under.
Listen, when I play,
anytime it's a suggestion, a coverage suggestion, what does he say?
Man under.
Hey, first of all, when I heard that call come in the game, I used to just turn to the crowd because it's a playmaking defense, full corners. All right, do you remember Patrick Surtain? And Sam Madison in Miami? They played 90%.
2-man.
2-man.
Really?
And they led the NFL in interception every year that they played it. And Jason Taylor led the league in sacks. They just understood how, and you're never scratched as a corner. Think about this. If I'm pressing Santana and he beat me off the line, I don't care.
You don't care.
My job is to be under you anyway.
Yeah. And then what I don't want to see, I'm glad we brought that up, is teams starting to see that, Green Bay came with a great scheme and game plan for this man. We're going to bring guys in motion, get guys running from across the field, and then find these ways to set these picks and set these meshes. So that's what you got to worry about too, which I know, like, we're sitting talking about it. Those guys have
they working on
They have to go to, be the ones that, design these things. So we have to always take that in consideration too, that teams are going to say, this is what they don't do well and come with that kind of game plan. So we have to find a way to get out of or show them something that they saw before and play something different.
And the thing is, they haven't really done, again, it's a pretty static picture from Chip. Like, Chip Kelly, it's not like a ton of motion so it'll be interesting to your point, Ted, if they're like, let's just do what they did, get into some different stuff.
I was shocked that the Raiders didn't do tempo because that's kind of Chip Kelly's calling card.
He did do that at Ohio State, so it was like.
Yeah, so I think maybe that's what he's taken out of his DNA because he felt like if you can ruin Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick, and LaShawn McCoy.
He said ruined?
Ruined them. That's what Chip Kelly did.
And who's the other guy from Missouri, the receiver?
Man.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Can't think of his name.
But if you can ruin that group, you can ruin anybody. So I think he's omitted that. I think he's looked at himself and said, you know what, I need to take this. It don't work in the pro.
But I also would say, man, that 1 year that Shady McCoy tore us up, I was like, please, somebody just throwing the flag, throwing the towel or something, man.
They'd roll us,
they was killing us. Offensively, they ain't had the ball but 2 or 3 plays, they was scoring like that. You know what I mean? So, when you look at how he was then and you try to say, okay, do you see anything similar now in his way of coaching or, scheming up things? You haven't seen it yet. You know what I mean? It's slow. It's slowed down at a huge pace because they was going. They was one of them teams where I was tired watching them. You know what I mean? They was not getting into a huddle. They was lining up, attack. You know?
Yeah, so Geno Smith in this Chip Kelly offense, I think underrated player. It's interesting, like they're putting a lot of pressure on him to do the right thing and make these big time throws. But I think he's very capable. So I think we got to come
capable.
It's going to be a challenge.
And he's sneaky when it comes to getting outside the pocket and running too. So he's not a guy he
ain't a statue.
Yeah, he would run. So
let's see what you got. I know you have never been to a casino in your life.
I play a lot of board games with my kids.
Folgers.
All right, what we got for
decaffeinated?
Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin.
Birthday week. Birthday boy.
Is it really his birthday?
Yeah,
birthday
it
was
is his birthday.
Yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yep.
Nice. How old is he? 30?
30.
Yep.
30. On the dot.
Yep.
On the dot.
Young 30. He a young 30.
Terry McLaurin, 13 targets, 75 yards, 37.5 yard average per game.
Yeah.
0 touchdowns.
Saw that last year.
Yeah, I can say sounds about right for
Sounds
Terry.
about right.
Dude, Tana had that on deck.
not even that. It's just a simple fact that where he was at last year and had those numbers, and where he was at this year now and have those similar numbers. So,
same thing.
You know, when I look at Terry, the first thing that I told y'all this before he signed. That's the only thing I was worried about. Mostly just hoping that he can hurry up and sign. Just knowing you don't want to miss that time building that callus. You know,
the chemistry
as players, you want to
yeah.
build a callus of practicing, your body feeling those reps, your body going through the getting back up and saying, okay, yeah, I feel like this, but I still got to go out there and push through this.
Play.
And right now, I think he's probably going to go through that now, you know, while playing. He's got to go through that, and that's the worst time you want to feel like that, because you can see in a receiver, man, you need your legs. And at times I'm watching, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, he's still getting them legs, because you see him slip a couple of times here and there. So I'm not worried, you know, when it comes to him, because I feel like he's a pro. He's a guy that's going to get it done. I just want to see, you know, each week the progression of him just continue to build on, you know, the missed time, you know?
Yeah, it ain't nothing I'm second guessing about Terry. He going to get there when he get there.
Yeah.
All right? And I think just like last year, was it week 3?
Week 3.
That Cincinnati game that he said, you know what, I'm back.
Yeah.
I think he'll do the same thing this year.
Yeah,
this is week 3.
Yeah, I agree with you guys, and I think this secondary for Oakland, there's a lot of air.
Yeah.
And I think we got a good opportunity for some good air.
Do you think Jeremy Chin going to be sharing a lot of information about how we like to do things?
I saw Chin name
probably
thrown around at the neck.
Probably. He's a big dude now. He's like playing true safety for them. All right, now we're before we get on to our next segment, we got another ad read here, and it's West Virginia Tourism.
Let's see what you got.
All right, team, listen up. The countdown's on for the ultimate fall showdown in West Virginia. Leaves are switching jerseys from green to gold, ready to light up the hillside. If you want the best seat in the house for the end of season spectacular, it's time to hit up the country roads and make your move to West Virginia for some serious leaf peeping. Don't drop the ball on this one, West Virginia.
West Virginia. Don't you know that song was not even made in West Virginia?
What's
Take
up?
Me Home, West Virginia.
Oh,
no,
where
that
was
was
made?
made in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Wow. Well, that's
All right.
close to West Virginia.
Yeah, it is.
Down the street, around the corner.
But they made that driving through Hagerstown.
Oh, wow.
All right, well, there's your fun fact about that song. What's it? Country Road? What's that song
Country
called?
Road.
Right. There's your fun fact about Country Road. All right, now on to Hell Yeah or
Hell no.
That was really good. All right. So Jason sent me some questions. Let's hit this real quick. Okay. Josh Connerly will have his best game versus Maxx Crosby. Hell yeah or hell no?
It got to happen against some top of the line pro.
Yeah.
All right. The one thing I can say when I hear the word Maxx Crosby, all I see is a little nightmare, and I see relentlessness. All right. He's just relentless.
Your little nightmare.
Because he's a nightmarish guy. All right. What I'm saying is, I need Connerly to succeed beating him. You have to be relentless.
Yeah.
Meaning you got to play to the whistle every play, because he's not going to ever stop. You need to understand this. This won't be a guy that just come out here and he just physically more talented than you.
Yeah.
He's just a guy that refused to take no for a damn answer.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to do that. So this is more mental to me, mentality, than it is talent-wise. So I'm going, hell yeah. Stand up, Connerly. I seen you in the grocery store the other day. I got your back.
I say hell yeah, just for the simple fact that he's dealing with a guy that might be, don't get me wrong, Crosby. He's one of those guys I don't want to see none of our guys go against. But when it comes to just his size alone, I'd rather deal with him, being that he's somebody that you can actually put your hands on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's long, he's tall, he's massive, and I believe Connolly will probably be a little better with that kind of a
than a Micah.
Micah Parsons was too explosive, too jittery. Like you couldn't keep up with it.
Twitchy.
You know what I mean? Twitchy is all outdoors. So knowing that Crosby's one of those guys you don't want to be fooling around with, I still would say hell yeah, just knowing that it has to click sooner or later.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I think, Crosby, I was watching all of his rushes from this year, watched a couple from like the last 4 or 5 games of last year. He's a technician when it comes to rushing. He's very locked in, but he doesn't have the elite power that Micah Parsons has.
Yeah.
And so you're really setting for basically his double wipers, and then his changeup pitch is his long arm step.
Yep.
So if you can kind of
Minimize that.
settle in, and again, I think Fred, you hit the nail on the head. Like that, none of those moves are too complicated, right? He is just going to run and pursue until the echo of the whistle every single time.
Every time.
So he had 2 pressures against Morgan Moses, former Washington Commander, and both of them, Moses in a good spot, hits the wiper and just absolutely runs down Drake May for a sack, right? And the other thing where I think he shows up quite a bit is in the run game, kind of jumping out of gaps and jumping around stuff, tying up snap count. So he's going to be a challenge, but I do think like he's not throwing as many pitches right now as some of these
Brian Burns, as Abdul Carter. He's the athletic profile
is different.
Is different.
Totally different.
All right, so I think we all said hell yeah on that one, and I think this is a good opportunity for him to get right. All right, Bill Krosky Merritt will lead the team in carries. Hell yeah, hell no.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think you can only keep a dog on the shelf for so long. All right, before it's like, every time we put him on the field, he proves us right.
Yeah.
And if you keep proving him right, especially when you got this void left by Eckler, all right, somebody got to step up and say, I feel it.
Yeah.
Somebody, and I think the team is going to give every back a chance to. I think they're going to give Rodriguez a chance to. I think they're going to give McNichols a chance to. But guess what? If one guy has proven, besides JD5, that I can break game-breaking runs, it has been Bill. And at one point, why not lean on him?
Yeah. I look at it like this. It's going to be up to him. I want to say hell yeah because I know the kind of back he can be with the ball in his hands. We saw him last week, man. It seemed like he was getting 4 pop every time he had the chance. But then we also saw him in the passing game where it didn't seem like it was clicking the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jaden missed. I'm not sure that was Jaden's fault or his fault, but we saw that also in week 1. And then I'm not sure what I saw when it came to the pass protection part of it. So if he can be I guess you can say a back that can do all those things,
a full-time back,
then they will give him more responsibility or give him more chances to run. Now Rodriguez get in there and McNichols get in there and show that they're more worthy of those spots. Then it might be one of those situations where they all get equal amount of shares of to carry the ball. But like I said, when he has that ball in his hand though, I mean, it's nobody better to me right now on our team. I feel like he just has the explosiveness. He has the vision. He has everything.
Run
that you
so
need to have
violent
as a running back. And I would want to see him get more. That's why he has to get better in those other categories for him to have more carries.
Nice one.
And I think obviously you mentioned the pass protection thing. I think you could put McNichols in that role, and he can kind of take the first and second down stuff or however they want to allocate it. So I think I'm going to go.
I'm going to say hell no.
I'm going to say hell no.
I'm going to say hell
I'm
no.
going to say hell yeah.
Because you don't think he's ready?
Just because I don't know if he's ready for those. Like I only saw 2 weeks worth.
Because it really comes down to trust with that. And I think like as a runner, there's no doubt he deserves it. But
he definitely deserves
I think this is something that like my dad will ask me about. It's like, oh hey, like why isn't he getting more touches? And it's like it's running back. Running the ball is a part of it. It's the pass protection. It's the other stuff, how you're setting stuff up. Mental mistakes. You just talked about Ashton Genty, how he got benched for portions of the game last night because he's making mental mistakes. So I'm not saying Bill's doing that, but like how much does Anthony Lynn and this coaching staff trust him to get that done? I'm going to say hell yeah.
I'm going to say hell yeah because it's nothing like, all right, the guy in front of me got injured. My team needs more from me. It was like before, it was like whatever I can add to the team. Whatever I can add. Now it's like, okay, they need me. Right, so I just think that alone it just rings an alarm with him.
But the reason why I say hell no is because you think about a guy who got opportunity after opportunity and still didn't get an opportunity. And now he gets an opportunity, and that's in Rodriguez.
Yeah.
If he put those pads on, trust me, when he get a carry this week, don't be surprised if this guy looks just like he looked in the preseason. He's going to take full advantage of it
Rodriguez fan.
because now it's his real chance to really show, man, look here, I'm not coming out of this game no more.
Yeah.
I understand what, Bill can bring, which we all want to see that. We want to see both of those. So I just feel like with having Rodriguez with the opportunity, he's going to show enough for the coach to say, hey, man, we gonna do a little thunder and lightning with these guys. You know what I mean? They have that ability to be a great duo or trio with McNichols being back there. So
I also think it's important to note, for whatever reason, Las Vegas has done a great job stopping the run against New England and against the Chargers.
And the Chargers can run the ball.
And they're very physical. They're downhill. Their linebackers are physical downhill. So I'm not really – it'll be interesting to see how much of the game plan that is. Because, to me, it's like when you look at the secondary structures, I'm like, man, there's a lot of air. And we'll see. So we'll see. But I'm going to say hell yeah for this week. And maybe he leads the team with 10 touches, but I think of the backs, he'll probably get the most touches. Okay. All right. There will be at least 5 plays over 20 yards and 28-plus points. Hell yeah, hell no. That's a lot of points, Jason.
I've been saying that's a lot of points. But if you're going to get 28 points, you probably need 4 or 5 big plays, right?
Yeah. No, that's a great point, Fred.
I just think they correlate towards each other. So let's say we get 28 points.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be that steady drip? 28 points, or it's going to be these explosive.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like 80% of offensive, there's some crazy number. It's like if you have an explosive play, you're 50% likely or 55% likely to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a strong correlation here. And I think even last year, when we'd go on these long drives, the only times when we didn't was when there's an explosive play.
Yeah.
So. Again, I just mentioned that I said Oakland earlier, that the Las Vegas defense is pretty good against the run.
Yeah.
There's they're pretty porous in the back.
Good pass.
Yeah,
and guess what we've said? This going to be the week that Terry turns into Terry.
Yeah.
All right, so there go 2 explosives right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's say
Bill Crosby or something.
Let's say Ertz has one of those plays.
Yeah.
All right, let's say Bill Crosby breaks one for 40.
I'm going to cut you off and just say hell yeah, just for the simple fact is I think we got a guy who's really finna jump off the charts with just seeing 2 weeks of performance from him, and I feel like Debo, man. What he brings, the element that he brings to
just
our
give
team,
him one. There go 5, right?
He just always, just from the kick return to the when he has the ball in his hand, man, this guy becomes somebody unstoppable. So he alone could get you 2 of those. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point,
And
Tana.
Terry get 2. We be working on 6 right now.
Yeah, so I guess I'll go hell yeah.
I go hell yeah.
And again, the other thing that I can't get over is this is a tough turn for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like they're playing Monday night. They're flying out here.
Yeah.
It's just
They
like
got to probably fly here Friday.
Hey, cry me a river.
No,
I don't feel sorry for you.
No, not at all.
But I'm saying they're going to have heavy legs. They're going to be a little bit banged up. I just think it's going to lend itself.
Is it easier to come to the East Coast and play or go to the West Coast and play? Like be on the East Coast and go to the West Coast?
I think they're equally as hard.
Yeah. But I always wondered that because I was always the East Coast team and I had to go to the West Coast. So I was wondering how did they feel.
One has major elevation. All right? Let's just say if I'm Denver going to Miami, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
That's always tough.
Like it's heavier oxygen.
Yeah.
All right, but if I'm Carolina,
there's less oxygen.
Yeah, if I'm Carolina, I don't like going to Seattle. Yeah. So I think all of them comes with their hard.
I was just wondering how that whole transition is going to be for them. Just knowing it was a Monday night game.
Yeah.
You normally don't Monday night. You ain't doing nothing tonight. Oh,
Today?
not doing on Tuesday, put it like that, and then you got to go Wednesday. Then you got to get ready Thursday to kind of have like that quick walkthrough-ish type of practice to get ready for Friday trip. You know what I mean? So I just always wondered, will it be easier for them? They're probably going to do a lot of walkthrough in this week period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get those guys kind of healed up.
Yeah, and we should be nice and fresh, relatively. You know what I'm saying? Relatively speaking,
as fresh as you can be at this time.
Yeah, and so last question, interesting. We haven't talked about this at all. Is can we win no matter what if Jaden or Marcus is playing?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
I think so. And we haven't talked a lot about the Jaden injury. That's because we're recording the show on Tuesday.
And we don't know yet.
Yeah. We don't know. We won't know until we get the injury update on Wednesday.
No.
So I think Marcus showed last year like this. We've never seen him in an offense like this in his career, and we saw what it looked like last year. And dude balled out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I love our other backup.
Yeah.
Johnson, he reminds me, his body type is just like JD5.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if you see them from behind, sometimes you don't even know who's who sometimes. Like, almost a Timu, JD5, so I take him.
Yeah, I think we're capable. I think one of the things that Mariota brings is just his
Calmness.
not the calmness, but just being a vet. You know what I mean? Just being a guy that's seen so much football. He's been in it, you know, and I'm telling you, like when JD went down, who that was against? No, not in Dallas. Carolina.
Yeah.
And then Dallas.
I was just sitting up there. You didn't want to see me in that suite. I was done.
Yeah.
And then I saw Mariota again, and I'm like, well, I ain't seen this Mariota since Oregon. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just to know that we have a guy that's capable of kind of leading these guys, man, you always kind of rest assured that, okay, we can trust in this guy to get in there and get the job done.
Yeah.
No, I think that's absolutely right. And so, yeah, I have a lot of confidence in Mariota. I mean, we don't know if Jane's going to play or not, like I just said, but
doubt.
if he's playing, feel good about that too.
Yeah.
So overall, I feel pretty good about this matchup. Anything? That's it for hell yeah, hell not. Anybody have any closing thoughts before we?
No. I just think it's going to be a good week. Fans, step back off that ledge. All right, relax. All right,
Relax.
and watch this team mature. If I could ask you to do
a great
anything,
point.
like watch this team mature, like we watched last year. Team mature. It didn't start off all gold and scroll last year. It won't be the same this year. Let this team mature.
And I think we've talked about this before, but like on teams that I was a part of, like you didn't know what you were good at, who the team was, oftentimes till
Week 5 or
I
6.
was gonna say, you got to get 4 or 5 games under your belt, you know, together.
Yeah, and I think about back in 2012, like we were not good until week 9.
Yeah.
Right. We were
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, 3 and 6.
It was like something happened, and we were just like, "Oh, okay, we
we're
can do this."
Like we're sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, and just this, I'm glad you brought it up. Even myself, the role that they had just given me, I was just becoming that third down kind of receiver coming in on third down. The first few weeks, I didn't like it because I was cold every time coming off the sideline. But I don't know if it was something said to me or it was just like, Tanner, you got to get out of your head because you ain't gonna. If you don't like it, then whenever you get in here, you're not gonna be ready to make the play. Some click. I don't know if it was a game or what it was. I just said, man, guess what? I want to be more on the side of making plays than sitting up here pouting. And that's how it goes. Not saying that nobody's pouting around here, but you have to get comfortable with your role.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
mentally.
As a player, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these guys are all, like I said before, it's a lot of guys that you got to think about that's new to this team. So they're still getting used to each other, getting familiar with each other, getting the understanding of how to play together.
Yeah.
And before you know it, man, come 3, 4, 5 weeks into the season, somebody gonna say, I got it. You know what I mean? I know what he got, he know what I have, and then we all together we can go out there and be dominant.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. Please make sure you like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And obviously, check us out on YouTube if you're listening to this in podcast form. But that's it.
Throw me them dice.
The Command Center podcast was filmed at the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.